We've got the first look at the new iPhone 17 Pro Max that looks very different to what we were expecting, and we've also got plenty of confirmations on its upgrades, so hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So first up, we've got great news that Apple are going to be ditching the 60Hz displays in favor of 120Hz LTPO OLED displays across the whole lineup, and this means that those people who only want the iPhone 17 or the 17 Plus will no longer have to sacrifice for an inferior display, and this has been a constant complaint in my previous videos, so it's no doubt going to make a lot of you happy. And a great addition for all of your new iPhones is with now back to the iPhone 17, and next up we've got news of thermal upgrades to the iPhone 17 lineup thanks to a new report from My Drivers, and they claim that the entire iPhone 17 lineup is going to feature a vapor chamber heatsink to improve the thermal performance. Now, vapor chamber technology is already used in lots of high-end Android devices, and they work by spreading heat evenly across a larger surface area, and this helps reduce thermal throttling and maintain a consistent performance over time, and this is particularly beneficial in slim devices, and considering Apple chipsets already perform really well, this is just going to push things even further and make them able to retain higher performance for longer. Now next up, we've got news of camera upgrades for the iPhone 17 Pro models, and they're going to feature a 1/1.3-inch 48-megapixel fusion camera, a 48-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 48-megapixel tetraprism camera with enhanced zoom. And there's also news that the selfie camera is going to see an upgrade from 12-megapixel to 24-megapixel for some higher resolution selfies. Now this camera arrangement is however for the Pro models only, and it's not going to be on the more budget-friendly offerings. Now next up, we've got the first look at the iPhone 17 thanks to leaked images from Majinbuu on Twitter, and these show a new frame for the iPhone, and they fall in line with many of the previous leaks we've seen with this new camera bar. But to be honest, while everyone is getting excited and saying that this is the new iPhone 17, personally I just think there's no way that this is going to be it. For a start, the image is low quality, and I think what's probably happened is that someone has made or 3D printed these based on the previous leaks. Secondly, Apple are still promoting their spatial video, which requires two lenses side by side similar to the human eye, and with this design, all lenses are going to be stacked vertically if you hold the phone in landscape mode. Now to be honest, I think there's a very small possibility that this could be the iPhone Air that we're hearing about, but more than likely it's just a prototype or a trial design that won't ever see the light of day, and I just don't think it's something that Apple would release. But for those excited for the new iPhone 17 Pro Max, we're now going to run through the full specs, design, and the expected pricing to help you guys decide if it is worth the wait, so hit subscribe now and we'll get right into it. So first up, we've got the standard iPhone 17. With the standard iPhone 17, we get a 6.1-inch Super Retina OLED display, which for the first time ever is going to be a 120Hz LTPO display. It's coming with a resolution of 1179 by 2556 and protected by the next-gen ceramic shield. We also get a peak brightness of around 3000 nits. We get the new and improved Face ID sensor, which may allow Apple to shrink the size of the dynamic island, and then the selfie camera gets an upgrade to a new 24-megapixel selfie camera. And then over on the rear, it's going to be another dual camera setup with a 48-megapixel primary and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide. It's powered by the A19 chipset and comes with 8GB of RAM and up to 1TB of storage, and it's powered by a 3600 mAh battery with an upgrade to 45W fast charging, and it's going to come with 5G Advanced, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7 and NFC. It will of course ship with iOS 19 and is expected to launch from around $850 in mid-September 2025. Now next up, we've got the iPhone 17 Plus, and with the iPhone 17 Plus, we get a 6.7-inch Super Retina OLED display, which is also going to be a 120Hz LTPO display. It's coming with a resolution of 1290 by 2796, protected by the next-gen ceramic shield, and have a peak brightness of around 3000 nits. We get the new and improved Face ID sensor, which may allow Apple to shrink the size of the dynamic island, and again, the selfie camera gets an upgrade to a new 24-megapixel selfie camera, and over on the rear, it's going to be another dual camera setup with a 48-megapixel primary and a 48-megapixel ultra-wide. It's powered by the A19 chipset and comes with 8GB of RAM and up to 1TB of storage. It's going to be powered by a 4700 mAh battery with an upgrade to 45W fast charging, and it's again going to come with 5G Advanced, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7 and NFC. Now it will of course ship with iOS 19 and it's expected to launch from around $950 in mid-September. Now next up, we've got the iPhone 17 Pro, and this comes with a 6.3-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. It's coming with a resolution of 1206 by 2622. It's protected by the next-gen ceramic shield, and it's coming with a peak brightness of around 3000 nits. We get the new under-display Face ID sensor, which means there may not be any dynamic island at all. We're instead going to get a punch-hole camera top center for a full-screen display. Now the selfie camera is upgraded to a 24 megapixel selfie camera, then over on the rear we've got a 48 megapixel primary camera, a 48 megapixel ultra-wide, a 48 megapixel periscope, and of course a LiDAR scanner. It's powered up by the 2nm A19 Pro chipset, and it comes with 12GB of RAM and up to 1TB storage. It's powered by a 3600 mAh battery with an upgraded 50W fast charge, and it also comes with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7 and NFC. It will of course ship with iOS 19 and is expected to launch from around $1,050, and again is coming in mid-September. Now finally, we saved the best to last, the iPhone 17 Pro Max. With the iPhone 17 Pro Max, we get a 6.9-inch 120Hz LTPO OLED display. It's got a resolution of 1320 by 2868. It's protected by the next-gen ceramic shield, and it also comes with a peak brightness of around 3000 nits. We get a new under-display Face ID sensor, which means that there may not be any dynamic island at all, and we instead get a punch-hole camera top center for a full-screen display. Now the selfie camera in the punch hole is going to be a 24 megapixel selfie camera, then over on the rear we've got a 48 megapixel primary camera, a 48 megapixel ultra-wide camera, a 48 megapixel periscope camera, and the LiDAR scanner. It's powered up by the new 2nm A19 Pro chipset, and it comes with 12GB of RAM and up to 1TB of storage. It's going to be powered up by a 4700 mAh battery with an upgrade to 50W fast charge, and it also comes with advanced 5G, Bluetooth 5.3, Wi-Fi 7 and NFC. Now of course it's shipping with iOS 19 and is expected to launch from around $1,250 in mid-September. So overall, the iPhone 17 series is looking like a great addition to the lineup with plenty of upgrades in hardware and a bit of change in design. It's just probably the most conflicting leak-wise that we've ever had in the run-up to an iPhone launch, so in terms of its design, we can't be sure at the moment and we're going to have to wait and see. Now that being said, in the previous years, many of the early leaks did turn out to be somewhat correct, and we can be sure probably one of the leaks we've heard so far is right. Now because of all its similarities though, I can't imagine anyone with an iPhone 16 is going to be rushing for an upgrade, but for anyone with an older phone or maybe looking to try out their first iPhone, then it's going to be a great choice. Now of course launch is still quite a way away and we'll no doubt get plenty more leaks as we approach it, and of course I'm going to share them as soon as they come in, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a thing in the future.